aerospace company Composites Horizons, which builds high-temperature advanced ceramic and carbon fiber composite products for jet engines. Big news, a formal announcement coming a little bit later this morning. Right now, the Dow is in rally mode of 148 points, NASDAQ of 2, and the S&P 500 of 10. Oil stocks leading the rally today as the price of oil moves above $51 a barrel. It was down around $43 or so just last week or so. Of course, those higher oil prices being reflected at Southern California gas pumps. Self-serve regular $2.49 an average, already 3 cents a gallon higher than where it was just a week ago. Taking a look at the other big news today, some merger buzz in the office supply business. Both Staples and Office Depot shares moving higher. On a report in the Wall Street Journal, it says both companies are in advanced talks to merge. Money news, 10:40 past the hour. Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Bad deal on the 210 this morning in the Arcadia area. We're going to go back there live. Your traffic on the 5s next. KNX News Time, 8:11.
This is Scott Brown from Crestline Funding. In 1994, my college roommate Brad and I convinced my mom to loan us a few bucks to start a mortgage company. 20 years later, we funded more than $1 billion in home loans to California families. How did we do it? With a little help from our not-so-silent partner, Mom.
You can't buy me out.
She approves every loan we do.
Have you checked today's rates on a 30-year fix?
Yes, Mom. They're 3.75%.
You're not charging any points or fees, are you?
No, Mom. They're 3.75% with no points or fees. At Crestline Funding, we do everything ourselves from start to finish. So call us for a 30-year fix at just 3.75% at 800-299-6800. 800-299-6800.
Now, when can I see my grandkids, honey?
We'll treat you like family. Call today, 800-299-6800. Crestline Funding, your friend in the mortgage business.
3.75% APR, $417,000 loan amount, owner-occupied, 75% LTV rate, and term within bounds, BRE number 01190897, MLS 197.
Stop what you're doing right now and listen. You can only get this offer from me, and this only happens once a year. This is a KNX offer from Dr. Charles Manger at Saddleback Eye Center. I'll give you a certificate for $1,000 off WOW LASIK. I can give away only 12 $1,000 discount certificates to 12 KNX listeners who schedule a free LASIK exam. Phone number is coming, so be ready. Whether you're nearsighted, farsighted, you wear reading glasses, or you have astigmatism, Dr. Manger can help you. He's the best. He did my eyes, and I'm still seeing better than 20/20. I'll give you a certificate for $1,000 off WOW LASIK. I can only give out 12 $1,000 LASIK discount certificates to 12 KNX listeners who schedule a free LASIK exam. This offer is only available once a year, so call now. 866-755-4444. 866-755-4444. 866-755-4444.
Termite, I presume?
Hey, I'm watching my favorite show.
Sorry, but you've done thousands in damage, and the owners are canceling your series.
I thought it. Where's the tent?
Pacific Coast Termite uses orange oil, so the tent won't be necessary. Plus, it's less than you think. The family gets to stay, and there's a 2-year guarantee to keep you off the air for good.
My favorite part?
No problem. This is your final act.
Call Pacific Coast Termite for your free inspection today at 1-800-PACIFIC. And if you call now, you'll get an additional 10% off the service in any repairs, including wood repairs, insulation, and rat exclusion. With over 35,000 home treatments, Pacific Coast Termite is proud to maintain a perfect Better Business Bureau rating. Call us at 1-800-PACIFIC. That's 1-800-722-4342 or visit PacificCoastTermite.com. Free inspection not applicable for homes for sale or in escrow.
You don't want to be a termite, no, when Pacific Coast Termite's around.
KNX News Time, 8:15. Traffic and weather together on the 5s with Jennifer York.
All right, we got a new crash. I was just listening to see if we talk about it. And on the 91 eastbound at Studebaker, that's coming out of the Cerritos area. In fact, Liza called to comment on it as well. 3 cars. 91 East, Studebaker in the number 1 lane. Got a stalled box truck heading up into the downtown 4-level slot, north 101, right at the 10 there. They're saying it's in the number 1 lane. I know Jeff Bond's going to be heading back that way to take a look at that. We're going to get to Jeff in just a moment, but we've had a really bad time on this 210 here. Bad crash. Let's go to Scott Bird over it near 1070.
Yeah, we just checked the backup here. It is jammed from the 57 all the way out to the problem, which is 210 westbound between Huntington and Santa Anita. Last check, the carpool and 2 left lanes are blocked. This is where we had a motorcycle go down. Definitely a major injury crash. So just jammed from the 57. Eastbound, they had some lanes blocked as well. They've reopened those, but still heavy from at least Rosemead Boulevard. Foothill and Huntington are definitely heavy, but better than the freeway.
All right, 5 southbound, just the northern end of the valley. I got a call from Marshall saying that there was an accident. 3 cars getting clear to the right shoulder, 5 southbound, right at the 405. I'm definitely seeing slowing from before the 14. Speaking of the valley, let's go to Jeff Bond, Air 1070.
Well, if you continue on that 5 down to the 170, split and choose the 170, the Hollywood Freeway. Morning drive starts pretty much at Victory Boulevard. That's where we are right now. It'll stay slow down the interchange, up and over the hill, and then again from about Santa Monica Boulevard down to that 4 level with all lanes open.
All right, we have a problem working on the Santa Monica Freeway, eastbound, 10 at La Brea. 3 cars getting clear to the right shoulder. Definitely some slowing approaching La Brea. And then it stays heavy all the way into downtown. I got to say, the westbound 10, wow, just jammed from the 110 all the way out to National. I'm thinking Adams or Washington, Venice, better alternates for you. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 8:25 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
The fog advisory expiring in about 45 minutes. For the most part, most of the fog is gone, although there may still be some along some of the coastal areas, so be careful. For the rest of the day, mostly sunny, temps in the mid-60s to the mid-70s. Forecast tomorrow from Evelyn Taft at CBS 2, about the same as today. Southgate right now 49, San Bernardino 41. In Downey right now it's 53 degrees. And this is Southern California's only all-news radio station, KNX 1070 News Radio. I'm Nick Hilton.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Gas prices have been creeping back up just a little bit lately after a dramatic decline. We talked about it this morning with Phil Flynn. He's an oil industry analyst, and he says drivers should be ready to see those prices continue to go up.
It looks like right now prices have definitely hit a bottom right now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see prices in California jump another 25 cents a gallon over the next couple of weeks.
There are currently strikes at 9 oil refineries across the country, focusing mainly, they say, on issues of worker safety, and one of those work actions in Carson at the Tiscarno refinery. Dock workers and their bosses at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach and other West Coast ports are under new pressure to settle a bitter labor dispute. More than 80 members of Congress have now sent a letter to both sides saying that the port slowdowns blamed on the contract deadlock are hurting a lot of parts of the economy, and they're calling for a quick deal to end the impasse. And a new report says there's been a sharp rise in community college students here in the state earning degrees that can streamline transfers to the 4-year campuses, but it also says too many students still don't even know that it's possible. The transfer program actually requires community colleges to offer some associate degrees that guarantee admission to the Cal State campuses. Nearly 12,000 students took advantage of it during the last academic year.
But of course the thing now is that they want to make some of those degrees, that those associate degrees, 4-year degrees at community college.
All right, and coming up in just a few minutes, we're talking measles.
Yes, we are. Measles, and whether in fact anybody's been sort of motivated. A lot of people are saying you should be motivated. If you've not vaccinated your kids, are you now doing it? Because everybody's talking about it. We'll see what's going on.
Coming up in just a few minutes. KNX News Time, 8:19.
If you're searching for any appliance repairs, visit myapplianceservice.com.
It's time for your daily mortgage rate minute, brought to you by IntelliLoan. Good news. Today's rate at APR is just 2.875% on a fixed rate loan. And because IntelliLoan believes in intelligent lending, there are no points or lender fees. That's right. Today they're offering a fixed rate loan for only 2.875% with no points or lender fees. Call IntelliLoan today to lock in this low rate and take advantage of greater savings. If you wait, these rates may be gone. The number is 800-951-7400. IntelliLoan provides this up-to-the-moment rate alert because their informed customers are their best customers. To lock in today's 2.875% rate and APR on a fixed-rate loan with no points or lender fees, call IntelliLoan at 800-951-7400. That's 800-951-7400. IntelliLoan. Borrow smart. Rates mentioned are based on a 10-year fixed and subject to change at any time. All offers subject to credit approval. IntelliLoan is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4130924. NMLS number 3290. Equal housing lender.
So much talk radio out there with all these opinions.
Green Matter matters with KNX.
Just give me the news and I'll form my own opinion.
Be in the know.
I don't want to miss out on what's going on.
KNX 1070 News Radio.
KNX News on 820. The Angels avoid arbitration with a key player. Here's Randy Cadoon.
That's key player Darren Richards. He and the Angels agree to a 1-year, $3.2 million deal. LA Kings back on the ice tonight in Washington after they were in the East Room of the White House yesterday with the LA Galaxy and President Obama. They were to be there to be honored for their respective championships, but it kind of turned into a roast.
Hey, first of all, in LA, there's not even any ice. The Kings have done the thing. They have turned a city with no snow and no ice, and no winter into a hockey town. Today feels a little like Groundhog Day. Feeling a little deja vu. 2 years ago, we had the Galaxy and the Kings here together. So if you see Bill Murray playing the piano in the foyer, you know something weird's going on.
The president, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be here all term. Ducks host Carolina tonight. NBA, Clippers lost to Brooklyn 102-100. Seattle not the only city hurting after the way the Super Bowl ended. Case scenario for Las Vegas sports books, they kept only $3.3 million from the $116 million wagered on the Super Bowl, down from $19.3 million for Seattle-Denver. Sports, 20 and 50 minutes past each hour. Randy Cardoon, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Are you or someone you love battling alcohol addiction? Trust me, it's not that easy. But if you're ready to beat alcohol once and for all and go sober, call 1-800-880-SOBER to learn about this breakthrough FDA treatment that's proven to eliminate your alcohol addiction. It only takes 10 minutes, and it's covered by most PPO insurance. Take control of your life in 2015 with a simple 10-minute treatment that is covered and endorsed by most PPO health insurance programs. Call 1-800-880-SOBER. Remember the relationships you had with your family and friends? It's time to break your alcohol addiction forever with Sober Medical Solutions. This is not AA or a 12-step program. This is the real deal. Your struggles are over. It's time to go sober. Call 1-800-880-SOBER. They accept most PPO health insurance. 1-800-880-SOBER. 1-800-880-SOBER.
KNX News Time 822.
So we have about 92 confirmed cases of measles here in California. Many more than that in the United States right now. Most of those here on the West Coast. And the issue is vaccinations. In fact, even presidential candidates and the president himself were talking about vaccinations over the last couple of days. Dr. Kathleen Harriman is chief of the California Department of Public Health's Vaccine Preventable Disease Section, joining us now live. Dr. Harriman, good morning to you. My question for you is, because there has been so much discussion about getting your kids vaccinated, and we know that California has one of the highest rates of non-compliance when it comes to vaccinations, are you seeing more parents now going over to the idea that, yes, I need to get my kid vaccinated?
Well, I think it's too early for us to really know that in any real way. Certainly, we're aware of all the discussion that's been going on, and I think it's been a good, healthy discussion, and it's brought a lot of these issues to the forefront. I'd like to hope that some parents who were more on the fence about these issues might have changed their mind now and decide to vaccinate, but I don't think we have any data yet about that.
Is there any possible reason that you can state to us this morning that would say to a parent, yes, it's rational for you to not vaccinate your child?
Well, I think obviously if a child has a medical contraindication, they shouldn't be vaccinated. But otherwise, really healthy children should all be vaccinated. There have been many studies to say that the MMR vaccine is safe. Certainly there can be reactions to any vaccine, and that's always been the case and always will be the case. But the MMR vaccine is very safe. It's a very effective vaccine. And as we've seen with the measles outbreak that we're having now, if our overall population immunity gets too low, we can see transmission of measles. This happened in France in 2011 when they had thousands of cases, and it really was due to the immunization rates getting too low to really control measles, and we really do not want that to happen in the United States.
Sure. I mean, well, let's talk about that for just a moment. Are you concerned that we are sort of at a tipping point here where we could actually go that direction?
Well, I think that's always a concern. We know that we have pockets, communities in California and in other places in the United States where immunization rates are well below those needed to control transmission. I think our overall population immunity rates are still good, but we know that there are pockets where they're not. And if measles gets into those pockets, we have a big problem. And then, of course, we have spillover into the other parts of the population, because there's always going to be some people who are susceptible to measles. Last year, there were hundreds of cases in the Amish community in Ohio. And when measles gets into a population with low immunity, that's what happens.
So, I mean, are we at a point here where you guys are just crossing your fingers?
Well, this outbreak is very concerning. We're now seeing it in many states. It's not abating yet. We're still getting reports of new cases every day. So I think we will bring this under control through the tremendous efforts of public health that have been going into controlling this outbreak. But it's very concerning that it happened, and obviously it could happen again.
Dr. Kathleen Harriman there, Chief of the California Department of Public Health's Vaccine Preventable Disease Section. Let's update traffic and weather together on the 5s, brought to you by 7-Eleven Coffee Reports, and here's Jen.
All right, I got a call about Ventura County saying that the northbound 101 was very heavy heading up towards the Santa Barbara area through Ventura County. I'm double checking all that, trying to find out exactly why, and I do see that it is slow heading up that way. All I found was a problem that happened about 7:30ish with an overturned car on the southbound 101 around Wagon Wheel. So I just want to give you a heads up there. Heading up towards the 150, the north of 101 is pretty tough. From the I'm seeing pockets of slowing from the 33 up to the 150, and I don't again have a reason why, but there was an earlier problem on the southbound side. So thanks for calling from Ventura County. Thanks for listening to KNX. Let's go ahead and go to Jump On. Ayrton Deputy's been over some of the Valley freeways.
Well, South 405, if you just joined us now, it's starting out from the 118. It got off to a horrible start this morning with a whole bunch of problems. All lanes been open for a while, but morning drive is starting just a little bit before Roscoe Boulevard, and then at Sherman Way, it really becomes stop and stop and stop again until you get over the hill into West LA. Right now, all lanes are open. If you transition to the eastbound Ventura Freeway, the 101, that's slow but at least moving towards the Hollywood Freeway.
Well, I don't have good news for those jumping on the 405 this morning. It has been very, very heavy. We're talking starting in the Long Beach area right around Studebaker. It starts to get extremely slow, and you will find just big chunks, solid pockets of slowing there on that northbound 405. All the way up towards LAX, there was a motorcycle crash at Artesia that had the carpool lane blocked. It opens up right around the 105 only to load up again at Century, and there was an earlier motorcycle crash at the Marina Freeway as well. So your North 405 drive has been very tough heading up into West Los Angeles. Let's go ahead and go to Scott Burt, who's been over a tough problem on the 210.
210 westbound between Huntington and Santa Anita, the carpool and two left lanes remain blocked around an earlier motorcycle crash. The jam up solid pretty much from the 57. They're starting to get a little better, but pretty heavy here. 210 eastbound, all lanes open heavy from Rosemead Boulevard. Continue to use Foothill, possibly Huntington, even though they're busy, but better than the freeway.
What's better than 7-Eleven coffee in the morning? How about free 7-Eleven coffee? Download the 7-Eleven mobile app, and you'll start earning free coffee with your first coffee purchase. Buy 6 coffees, any size, and they'll give you a medium-sized coffee for free. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. That next report at 8:35 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 and BDSLA.com.
Most of the fog is gone this morning. Wanted to get to that. We did have that fog advisory up until about 9 o'clock this morning, so there might be a little pocket here and there along the coastal areas. Temps will be in the mid-70s later on today. Downtown Los Angeles right now at 50, Chatsworth at 52, and East LA it's 51.
Roses for Valentine's. Boy, isn't that the perfect gift? You want to wow that special person this year, you send them the very best. Hey everybody, it's Randy Cardoon. Do what I do. Impress her with a beautiful rose bouquet from 1-800-Flowers.com. It's your rose authority. And right now, 1-800-Flowers has a special limited time offer just for you folks listening right now. Available only through tomorrow. Order 24 stunning multicolored roses. You get them for only $29.99. That's half off the original price. Oh, for $10 more, upgrade them to red roses. That's an amazing offer. 2 dozen roses, $29.99. But this deal ends on Wednesday only until supplies last, so you need to order now before it's too late. Go to 1-800-Flowers.com for your desktop or mobile device. Click on the radio microphone, upper right-hand corner, and enter my name, Randy. That's 1-800-Flowers.com. Enter Randy, or easier, get on your cell. Call 1-800-Flowers, and don't forget to tell them Randy sent you.
Winner of the National Board of Review Best Animated Feature of the Year.
Dragon.
The Golden Globe winner for the Best Animated Feature of 2014.
Dragon.
And now it's been nominated for an Academy Award.
Dragon.
The Wall Street Journal raves How to Train Your Dragon 2 is a movie the world needs. Gleeful and smart, funny and serious, this sequel surpasses the endearing original.
Baby!
Rolling Stone agrees Dragons 2 ranks with the best in animated film history. It truly is a high-flying, depth-charging wonder to behold.
I've never seen anything like it.
Featuring an all-star cast, including 2-time Academy Award winner Cate Blanchett.
I did find the film exhilarating and uplifting. All of the characters, they believe in something. I think they take you on a journey of saying, we actually do believe a peaceful world can be created.
This is amazing!
How How to Train Your Dragon 2. Now available on Blu-ray and DVD. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
Experience California's largest and most exciting casino, Pechanga Resort and Casino. With state-of-the-art slots, bigger jackpots, and the best bingo in California, Pechanga has it all. Pechanga Resort and Casino, just up the 16 in Temecula. Book your Pechanga experience today at Pechanga.com.
Where the Newswatch never stops. Always live and local. This is KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good morning, I'm Dick Hilton.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Some of our top stories.
A big change in how babies can be artificially made. The UK becomes the first nation to do it.
And in France, 2 soldiers wounded in a knife attack.
It's Tuesday, February 3rd. Here's what's happening at 8:30.
Britain is now the first country in the world to allow the genetic modification of embryos.
The eyes to the right, 382. The nose to the left, 128. So the eyes have it.
The move enables babies to be created by using DNA from 3 people. Sky News health and science correspondent Thomas Moore in London told us live on KNX this morning the main goal is to stop kids from inheriting potentially deadly diseases.
They believe that by using this technique, you can prevent this disease being passed down whole generations of families, and that in itself is worthwhile with some regulation.
3 French soldiers on an anti-terror patrol outside a Jewish community center in Nice have been attacked by a man with a knife. They were not seriously injured. France has been on high alert since last month's terror attacks that left 20 dead.
Huge settlement announced this morning involving a ratings agency and its role in the 2008 financial crisis. More on that right now from our money man, Frank Motek.
Standard & Poor's paying nearly $1.5 billion to settle government allegations that it knowingly inflated its ratings of risky mortgage investments that helped trigger the financial crisis. U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder says basically S&P failed to warn investors that the housing market was collapsing in 2006.
On more than one occasion, the company's leadership ignored senior analysts who warned that the company had given top ratings to financial products that were failing to perform as advertised. As S&P admits under the settlement, company executives complained that the company declined to downgrade underperforming assets because it was worried that doing so would hurt the company's business.
S&P also announced it will pay $125 million in a separate settlement with the California Public Employees Retirement System, CalPERS, to resolve its claims against the company. Reporting live, Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
A lot of talk in Washington today about the president's budget. It's a $4 trillion budget. He's talking it up with the cabinet, but on Capitol Hill, the Treasury Secretary and the House Budget Committee Chairman are talking.
The kicker is, with even all of these tax increases, you don't even balance the budget. Not even in 10 years. Because you don't get spending under control.
Yeah, that's the response they got from the House Budget Committee Chairman Paul Ryan.
We've been talking a lot about measles this morning on KNX, and health experts are on Capitol Hill doing the same thing. Dr. Anthony Fauci with the National Institutes of Health and Infectious Diseases was asked whether Americans should be getting vaccinations to combat this unusual outbreak.
You have one of the most highly effective vaccines against any virus, and you have a highly contagious disease. To me, it's really a slam dunk.
So if it were your child or grandchild, you would say vaccinate?
Without a doubt, and I've done that with my 3 children.
Suge Knight is supposed to be in court right now talking about with a judge his charge of being charged with murder, attempted murder, and all kinds of other things. Let's see what's going on. To the Compton Courthouse, KNX 1070's John Baird.
There are media trucks, satellite trucks all over the place parked on the plaza in front of the courthouse itself. From here on the street, I can see a line out the door at the courthouse. 49-year-old Suge Knight is scheduled to appear, as you say, on charges of murder, attempted murder, and hit and run at 8:30 this morning. But with all the media interest and the frenzy surrounding this case, there's always the possibility that we won't see the case go for a couple of hours. It's not uncommon at all for long delays. Knight, by the way, could potentially face life in prison if he's convicted on the charges. We'll see how this all plays out this morning. Live in Compton, John Baird, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Keeping an eye on the situation in Atlanta involving Bobby Christina Brown. New development this morning. We talked about it with TMZ's Harvey Levin.
The family is saying law enforcement told them that they did find drugs in the house. Now, the question is what drugs? We don't know. But there was a second search according to the family.
There are reports that she has shown some eye movement, but again, in critical condition. Not sure about her recovery, but we'll be following up on this throughout the day. Got a big problem on the 210 in the Arcadia area this morning. KNX News Time, 8:35.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Jennifer York.
Let's go ahead and go to Scott Bird, who's been over the 210 and Air 1070.
Well, I just want to touch on Foothill and Huntington real quick. Foothill's definitely heavy. It's getting bad. Probably almost as bad as the freeway, but probably slightly better here. But 210 westbound between Huntington and Santa Anita, the carpool and two left lanes remain blocked around this serious crash we had this morning. Major injuries, motorcycle down. Jam from the 57. Eastbound spectators flowing right out of Pasadena from at least Rosemead Boulevard. So you can continue to use Huntington. That looks to be a little better than Foothill, but really at this point you're kind of at a wash as far as an alternate surface street in the area.
All right, and I think that the way to go is just to kind of be patient and stick with the freeway if you can, because it should be getting a little bit better. They had a signal issued there, and they should be clearing a couple more lanes in a few minutes. So that would be my recommendation. I know it's really tough out there. All right, let's go to Jeff in Air 1070. He's been over the downtown area. Jeff.
This will definitely slow you down now if you're coming up from the East LA interchange headed for the North 101, just before you go through the gopher hole, as we call it, the tunnel, where the merge with the West 10 comes in. Been a stalled catering truck, been there for some time in the right lane, so it's also slowing down the West 10 coming in from the 5. Now, even once you get past that, up towards City Hall, things are going to be slow, but once you pass the 4 level, if you're going into the San Fernando Valley, it'll be a pretty good trip. More on the Santa Monica Freeway coming up.
Yeah, and what is Jeff's going to go take a look at that. Barry from Malibu called, said he was just having a miserable drive there. A couple things on the East 10. One, there was a stall East 10 at La Cienega, and then there was also a 3-car crash around La Brea, both on the eastbound side. Just going to check that. I can tell you right now that West 10 is just slammed out of downtown all the way over to National. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 8:45 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
We're expecting temperatures to stay on the warmer side. Conditions pretty foggy this morning, especially along the coast with dense fog advisories continuing through the later part of the morning. Other than that, we are expecting to see more sunshine, 70s, even 80s in the mix for some of our inland valleys as we carry on through the next few days, keeping things warm. Slightly cooler by the end of the week and the first part of the weekend as low pressure moves in. Could see a few showers sitting to our north over the central coast. I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Evelyn Taft with your exclusive KNX 1070 News Radio forecast.
Right now, downtown Los Angeles has 49. Same thing in Whittier. In Long Beach, it's 56.
Steve Lopez, the man.
He is the man.
The myth. Yeah. Anyhow, we're going to be talking to him coming up in just about 10 minutes from now about naming rights on school.
And in this particular case, we're... the gym. Why not? Naming the gym, naming rights for the gym, and all kinds of things. It's fascinating what some schools have to do just to get money.
Well, and you and I have talked about this, that a lot of public schools, I mean, this is pretty common for public schools to get private money. They put the banners up and they say donations by, but this is actually the stamp on the building.
A stamp on the building.
Because that's how they do it in Beverly Hills.
You betcha.
We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few. Also, car sales revving up in January. Frank Botek has that. Your money news is next. KNX News Time, 8:38.
There is something about the road that beckons and invites us to pack up the family and leave the world behind. And there is something about an industry-leading unlimited mileage warranty on a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz that gives us the freedom to do exactly that. You take to the highway, rack up the miles for up to 3 years, and drive with the assurance that your Mercedes-Benz is covered. You have the security of being in a car that has been certified to Mercedes-Benz standards, while you enjoy a carefree ownership experience for miles and miles. But while the mileage is unlimited, your time to take advantage of our certified pre-owned sales event is not. Now through March 2nd, you can also receive complimentary prepaid maintenance and your first 2 months payments on us on select models, plus 3 months of Sirius XM satellite radio. So hurry into your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer today and see why we say the odometer is there to record the memories.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
Requires farmers to house their hens in cages with enough space to stretch their wings, right?
Good.
So farmers are forced to spend more money on bigger cages for their hens, so now they have to start selling their eggs at a higher price to accommodate the extra cost. Last year, the average price of a dozen eggs, a 12-pack, was $1.18, but now that price has increased to almost $3.16.
Where were they $1.18?
You can find
in the 1940s.
Oh no, you can buy eggs.
I've never seen eggs that cheap in my life.
Yeah,
really?
I don't really buy eggs, so
They'll
I
be
don't know.
They'll be on sale.
My wife buys a ton of eggs.
But I heard the best place to buy eggs right now is at Trader Joe's.
Look at
It's
you,
like
man.
$2.
What are you talking about?
$2 something.
Eggs.
Eggs.
The price of eggs.
I know, he's all worked up on the price of eggs.
I know he is.
That's funny that you bring that up, because I did notice that the other day, that these do seem expensive.
It affects everybody.
It does. It totally does.
You go order a sandwich, delicious breakfast sandwich.
Yep.
Now you're...
And some of these small,
affect
some of the small markets are getting screwed now because everyone's like not buying eggs there. They're going to, bigger chains to get them cheaper.
I'm getting some black market eggs,
Yeah. No, don't get that.
Alley.
Yeah.
I heard about
cheap discount eggs.
Yeah, the discount eggs.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no. Well, because Spicy Nacho's family, they own a bakery, right?
Yeah.
And then some other hood
They need dumb eggs.
Yeah, they need crazy amount of eggs, and they say that other bakeries will go and get bootleg eggs from places because they're way cheaper, but you're getting them from messed up chickens, and you'll get sick.
See, hippies? All because you want these hens to spread their wings. Why? They're not flying anywhere. Make eggs.
Yeah.
Now their egg prices are higher because they need to spread their wings.
I know. I need to save money on eggs, man.
I'm not completely against it.
No, me neither. Get your eggs at the farmer's market.
Okay.
Get some hens.
Yes, that would be the
and
best.
have them make eggs for you.
It's all a bunch of tree-hugging hippie crap.
These whole
Hey, look, Greg. It starts with eggs, and then it's gonna be something else.
No, you're right.
And
It
you're
is
gonna
the,
be
it is
upset
the
about it.
gateway
It's a slippery
product.
slope.
Yeah.
The egg is the gateway product. But these eggs that say cage-free, that is so open to interpretation.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Cage-free means they might be out of a cage for 10 minutes a day.
Or they open the door to the barn or something.